Hello friends, welcome to the third part of Tableau tutorial. In this part, we will see the dimensions and measures, discrete and continuous, and aggregation in Tableau. This is about the data that Tableau takes from Excel and how Tableau distinguish its data. What are dimension data and what are measures and what is discrete and continuous data we will see. Then after we will see what are the aggregations in Tableau by default. Okay, let's get started. The very first thing we are seeing today is that how to get and from where to get our data, because to upload data in Tableau we need that database for practice. Otherwise, for the database you are working is with you. Okay, to practice along with me, you can get the Excel file from Kaggle, and from Kaggle you can get many database related to your work, and you can code over here also. So you have to create an account on Kaggle, then you can search any type of database. So for the data we are using in these tutorials, go to Kaggle, and from there you can see the data sets over here in this part of the screen. Click on data sets. You will find many options over here to filter the database. You can find many data sets here that are available, that popular data sets, Ukraine-Russia war related data, Superstore data sets, TED Talks, okay, related to music, related to business, related to computer science, classifications, standardized tests. So it is already categorized over here. As per your requirement, you can select your data sets, or if you know the specific name of particular data, you can search from here. Okay, so we are using data visualization. So we will filter it by using data visualization option here. We see the top data sets here. For our tutorial, we selected Superstore dataset. So click here and you can download it directly from here. I can show you. See, these are the attributes that we uploaded in the Excel file on the last part of the tutorial. This is the same data set we are using. So go over here and download that data set. When you download that data set, you need to extract that data from archive. So it is a zip file. Right click on it and extract here if you have WinZip. Otherwise, unzip it and open that data set. This file is presently in CSV format, comma separated format. So what we have to do, we will save it as Excel. Save as not CSV, Excel workbook. Okay, and we will change the name from sample to Superstore Tableau tutorial. It will not change the attributes or the number of rows and columns in it. As you can see now, there are 9,994 rows available here, and all the attributes are same. They are not changed. So after converting the CSV file into Excel format, we will go into Tableau. We already loaded the file into it. As you can see, the file which we uploaded from the Kaggle having a single format of orders, and here is the attributes that are in the Excel file on which we are going to do our experiments. All are same as before we seen. This is the data source screen, as you know from the last part. Now we will go to the sheet number 1. So we will see what are dimensions and what are measures. The very first part of our tutorial today. So Kaggle divides the data set into two categories. The one, those are measures, and the other are dimensions. So what are measures? Measures are basically the values that are numeric. Okay, as you can see, here is a slight partition here. As you can see, the discount, profit, quantity, sales, these are the values which are numeric values. These are known as measures. Okay, and the other one who who are not numeric values, means that are text values or other type of data sets, those are known as dimensions. This is the two type of categories Tableau divide its data set. Okay, I can show you that here is the type of data set the Tableau have. You can see in left corner of every column you see some symbols ABC, 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 globe. So when you click here, it can show you many types, right? See, number, date and time, date, string, boolean by default, and geographic rules. There are many options over there. So for numeric values and for numbers, it divides its data set to the part that is known as measures, and for text values it says it is dimensions. So now you can know that what are measures and what are dimensions, right? One more thing to distinguish between both of these, measures and dimensions, that when you click your measures, it appears in green like this. See, the measures are in green. If we will select the region in columns, now you can see that the dimensions are in blue color. This is the basic thing to identify when the sheet is prepared, that either you are working with your measures or you are working with dimensions. Okay, so this is the two categories with us, that measures and dimensions. Now we will move forward to know what are the discrete and what are the continuous data. Okay, so we will take an example for this again, that you know there are two categories available in Tableau. One is measures and another is dimensions. Okay friends, have a quick look over discrete and continuous data. We are selecting two parameters, one from your measures and one from your dimensions. Okay, so from your dimensions we are selecting subcategories into column, and the quantities from the measures. Here is the view of the graph we just created. Okay, so now we will understand what are discrete and what are continuous. First of all, understand that we are using discrete data for the dimensions. Okay, so dimensions are also known as the discrete, or always the dimensional data are discrete data, right? And the continuous data are always from measures. Remember that. Now we will understand how these are discrete and how these are continuous. First of all, we will see the continuous data, that is measures. We will select the quantity as we selected here, the quantity part. We will select the quantity and drop it into colors. See, the color is continuously increasing into dark. What it is doing, it is filtering or aggregating the measures, the dimensions. These dimensions are categorized, or we can say the dimensions are aggregated on the basis of your quantity. Okay, see, the larger value having darker color, the lower value having the light color, as you can see here also. So what your continuous data is doing? Continuous data is aggregating the data set as per the dimensions. Okay, now second thing, we will grab it again. Now we will selecting subcategory into colors. See what happened when we drag or when we selected subcategory into colors, the data automatically selected different colors for different subcategories. What it did it only categorized the subcategories. This continuous way, discrete way. So this only categorizes our data. To understand the different part or different text values in our visualization, we use these discrete data. We are having two things with us. One is discrete and second is continuous. So discrete values that are text values here, and those are dimensions also, are used to categorize the data, right? And on the basis of these discrete values, or on the basis of these dimensions, your measures aggregates the data, right? See, once again I will show you. See, here your values are aggregated, or you can say separated as per lower to higher. So this is aggregation. This is aggregated from lower value to higher value, where in another case the subcategories are divided into different colors. That is also a categorization of the data. Simple. Okay. Second thing, now we will see the aggregation part. Now we will see what is the aggregation in Tableau. Okay. Aggregation is implemented on your measures. Okay, like implementing filters and other formats, we will see. By giving a simple example, we will solve it. What is aggregation? By default, you can see this is the sum of quantities, right? And if we want to change it, we go to this arrow, and here are the measures. See how many aggregation functions by default are available here. Sum, average, median, count, count distinct, minimum, maximum, percentile, standard deviation, variance, and again variance. So if we will change it from sum to the average, see the values are changed, and here it is average, right? From here the quantity you can also change it to median. See 3.0 to 4, that's the median only. Okay, By changing it to the average, see, the changes are happening here also. So by changing the aggregation functions, you can get the data as per your requirement. That's the average. Now you can see the median. Here is the median. Okay. So this is known as the aggregation. Here is the count. See, here's the count is similar to the sum. Okay. Count distinct like this. Okay. These are the aggregation functions available in Tableau. By default, the aggregation is set on sum. Whenever you are getting any values or dragging any values into this, it will get by default sum. You can change it. We will see it in upcoming sessions. Let's see, is it by default? Quantity, colors, drag. See, by default it's sum. Okay, so you can change it. These are the aggregations by default available in Tableau. We can implement more aggregations as filters and other things. We will see in upcoming parts. So by today's part, it is over. We've seen three things, right? First is dimensions and measures. Second, discrete and continuous, and aggregation in Tableau. What we seen, the dimensions are discrete values, whereas the measures are the continuous values. These two values are depend on these values, dimension and discrete. Okay, aggregation by default, sum is your by default value. Okay, so these three things we've seen, and one thing from where we are getting our data sets, that is Kaggle. You can search it. It is very simple, just creating your account and then go. In upcoming sessions from like part 4, we are doing practicals only, and we are creating different type of charts in next part. So be connected and subscribe our channel to get latest video on Tableau. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.